I'm Xochitl Mora with the City of McAllen. Welcome to your McAllen Minutes. If you missed the McAllen City Commission meeting of May 8th, don't worry. Here's a brief recap of what was discussed. McAllen Mayor Javier Villalobos called the McAllen City Commission meeting to order, and after the Pledge of Allegiance, District 3 Commissioner Omar Quintanilla gave the invocation. Commissioners began the meeting with a proclamation read by District 1 Commissioner Tony Aguirre Jr. in support of the Palmer Awards Day in honor of the Rio Grande Valley High School Theater Awards, which were established in 2018 by Michael L. Abbas, Gilbert Cepeda Jr., and the McAllen Performing Arts Center to elevate the importance of theater arts education in schools and reward excellence in student performance. Commissioner Quintanilla was joined by McAllen Police Chief Victor Rodriguez to read a proclamation in honor of Peace Officers Memorial Week to commemorate McAllen law enforcement officers past and present who, by their faithful and loyal devotion to their responsibilities, have rendered a dedicated service to their communities by establishing for themselves an enviable and enduring reputation for preserving the rights and security of all citizens. And the McAllen City Commission would like to encourage everyone to join in recognition and tribute to the survivors of our fallen heroes. Federico R. Saenz, whose last day of service was March 26, 1933. Rosalín Suárez Jr., whose last day of service was May 19, 1981. Reynaldo V. Lopez, whose last day of service was July 10, 1993. Edelmiro Garza Jr., whose last day of service was July 11, 2020. And Ismael C. Chavez, whose last day of service was July 11, 2020. The community is invited to remember these heroes at a police memorial service on Wednesday, May 17th. District 6 Commissioner Pepe Cabeza de Vaca was joined by City Attorney Isaac Tawil, Rabbi Nathan Farb, and members of the Temple Emmanuel congregation to read a proclamation in honor of Jewish American Heritage Month, to honor and remember the rich 175-year history of the Jewish community in South Texas, and which continues to this day to be a proud part of the local community, celebrating their enduring alliance with the City of McAllen, celebrating together at festive times, building up one another in hard times, learning from one another, and working together to build up the diverse communities in the city. Finally, District 4 Commissioner Rudy Castillo was joined by McAllen Public Works Director Elvira Alonso and her team to celebrate National Public Works Week, which highlights public works professionals who focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities, as well as public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of McAllen, and whose infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals. These are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water treatment distribution, wastewater collection, transmission treatment, stormwater facilities, solid waste debris collection, disposal, recycling, collection, processing, public buildings, and other facilities essential for our citizens, and invite the community to celebrate and learn more about public works at their block party celebration on Saturday, May 20th. Under the consent agenda, Commissioners approved an interlocal agreement with Hidalgo County Irrigation District No. 1 for the construction of the Northwest Blue Line Regional Stormwater Detention Facility, which will include a new detention pond and expand the capacity of the adjacent drainage channel. Commissioners approved a submission of a grant application to the Rio Grande Valley Metropolitan Planning Organization in consultation with the Texas Department of Transportation for funding under the FY 2024 Transportation Alternative Set-Aside Program, which will help build complete streets that are safe for all users and achieve safe, connected, and equitable on- and off-road networks. If awarded, the grant in the amount of $1.6 million would design and construct an underground crossing at Ware Road that would connect the McAllen Convention Center campus with the hike and bike trails at Westside Park. The grant would require a $400,000 local match. Commissioners authorized the submission of an application to Scenic Texas Fiscal Year 2024 Scenic City Certification Program, which supports and recognizes Texas municipalities that implement high-quality scenic standards for public spaces. The application allows for Scenic Texas's review and 5-year designation of McAllen's beautification and preservation efforts. Commissioners authorized the submission of a grant application to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency Office of Air and Radiation for funding under the Climate Pollution Reduction Grants Program, which provides funding for metropolitan statistical areas, or MSAs, to develop and implement plans for reducing greenhouse gas emissions and other harmful air pollution. The City of McAllen, along with the cities of Edinburgh and Mission, is one of the 67 most populous MSAs and will seek funding in collaboration with Edinburgh and Mission to plan and implement climate, energy, and/or environmental sustainability plans. The grant, if awarded, is for $1 million with no local match. Commissioners approved a by-board purchase to Reader Distributors, Inc. in the amount of $107,519.51 for 8 bus maintenance lifts. Under bids and contracts, Commissioners approved an award of contract to Seacrest Hall Company of Harlingen in the amount of $295,000 for the McAllen Hidalgo Bridge Building A roof replacement project. Commissioners approved an award of contract to South Texas BuildCon LLC of McAllen in the amount of $80,000 for the McAllen Hidalgo Bridge Building B roof replacement project. Commissioners approved an award of contract to Seacrest Hall Company of Harlingen in the amount of $297,850 for the McAllen Hidalgo Bridge Building C roof replacement project. Commissioners approved an award of contract to Esparza Pest Control and Ecologic Systems Inc. of Edinburgh in the amount of $90,392.04 for the McAllen Hidalgo Bridge Building B Canopy Fans project. Commissioners approved an award of professional engineering services contract to Consor Engineering in the amount of $108,005.22 for design, survey, utility coordination, and construction documentation for alley improvement project. Commissioners approved an award of professional engineering services to KCI Technologies in the amount of $179,619.70 for design, survey, utility coordination, and construction documentation for alley improvement project. Commissioners approved an award of contract to Clore Equipment LLC of Harlingen in the amount of $3,699,231.69 for improvements to the McAllen South Industrial Park at the intersection of Military Highway and South 10th Street, and will include construction of water, sanitary sewer, paving, and drainage infrastructure improvements, and is not to exceed 180 calendar days. The project is a public-private partnership and is partially funded by a U.S. Department of Commerce Economic Development Administration grant. Under resolutions, Commissioners approved extending the April 29, 2023 local disaster declaration in response to the local storm. Under the City Manager's report, Assistant City Manager and Emergency Operations Coordinator Mr. Jeff Johnston gave an update on the number of migrant asylum seekers being brought by Border Patrol to the Catholic Charities Respite Center. EOC Johnston updated the community on the changing numbers being received. For the week of April 20th through the 26th, 2,720 immigrants were dropped off with a COVID positivity rate of 1.8%. However, the numbers are starting to increase dramatically. Title 42 will end on May 11, 2023, and the numbers are expected to go up even more. EOC staff remains in contact with Border Patrol and all federal, state, and local partners assisting in the effort to receive and process the immigrant asylum seekers. We hope you enjoyed this recap of your McAllen City Commission meeting. Meetings are set for the second and fourth Monday of each month. We also air the entire meeting on the McAllen Cable Network Spectrum 1300 on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. For the City of McAllen, I'm Xochitl Mora.